She's like, everybody else thinks that you're killing it. She's like, I can sort of see you're like imprisoned. So I don't know. You might know. I don't. He's asking what the core belief I had around what caused it. I would ask the people close to me. They probably have more insight than I do. Not for me. No.
No, not what caused it. Just for you, what was really triggering you personally, subjectively in that experience as you were kind of spiraling, right? With the fear, the conditioning, and everything you talked about with the emotions and all that.
Oh, the belief that was triggering me.
Yes.
Not creating the situation.
Yes, correct.
Oh, that was, yeah, I'm supposed to have it all together. Well,
Yeah.
people look to me to not go through these things. What business do I have teaching people how to get clients when I can't even keep them?
Yeah.
Like, what's different between me and my friends and they're all winning and I'm not? Like, what's the matter with me? It was all like me centered. And that's what triggered all the insecurity and anxiety. And I think that there was just an opportunity there that opened up and it was like, oh, cool. Let's throw the FTC at him too. Like, this is a great opportunity. Let's kill him. Kill him now.
Yeah.
You know, because now I will delete suicide. I'll have to die if I don't do that. Poverty is a choice. Why haven't we fixed poverty? What the hell? What are we doing? I'm going to have to get into politics in this. You know why the opportunity to deal with the government was an opportunity? Because I'm going to have to deal with them again. 100% going to have to deal with them again. So I better know how to do it without losing my shit.
Yeah.
So it's great practice.
That's great. Thanks.
Yeah, you got it. Last one, then we'll keep going.
So this is based on, you and I chatted on this on the break, and I figured expanding on it would be more useful here.
Thank you.
What'd you say?
I said thank you for sharing with
Thanks,
us.
man. Yeah. So it was that you'll never grow past the season you feel too good for. And then you told me that it's about taking obligations and turning them into an opportunity. What I wanted to ask was then, how do you know then, like when you're feeling like you're too good for it versus like, I just know I shouldn't be doing this and I need to have an employee doing this? Because like, I've been thinking a lot about this lately. Like I have a friend who's been telling me with like systems and I hate systems. I hate scheduling. I hate analytical stuff. I want to write. I want to record. I want to do the stuff that I like to do. And he was like, I'm going to homie check you here. And I'm going to say that like, I think he's like, homie check is a thing. Yeah. So he Chad homie checked me and he said like, I think this is a season where you need to like break past that limiting belief and just do it. And I was sitting there and I was like, I just don't want to do it. Like, I'd rather just hire someone to do that. And I'm wondering whether it's that I feel entitled or if it's that I'm just like, no, that's not your core strength. Why are you doing things that are outside of your core strength?
Yeah. I think there's a key here in regards to, is this useful to my mission? And you can use these different data points to kind of, because I don't think you can answer that question like on a linear type of thing. I don't think it's a spectrum as much as it is like multiple data points at the same time. Yeah. We're all going to have to do things we don't want to do for short sprints of time. But if something becomes no longer useful to what we're trying to achieve, then we can outsource or delete it. If something is taking from your higher level skills or your higher level utility, then you should outsource it. What we don't want is we don't want the energy of entitlement. That it's an energy where it's just like, I should not have to work for this.
Yeah.
Anytime. So like, have you ever been in a season where you feel like you're working too hard for the money?
Oh yeah.
Good. That's really good for you.
Yeah.
Really good for you. Because nothing else in your life is hard. Have you ever had to work so hard to gather food? No. You ever had to work hard just to stay out of the rain? Fuck no. So there's a level of doing hard shit, super healthy for the human program. And what we have to do is we wrestle with that and we learn how to move things to other people's plates, but it's not a entitlement thing. It's not like I'm too good to do this. It's this person, Gabe's is way better at this than I am. She loves it. She'll do it. I suck at it. Notice the energy is way different. That signature is very different than I'm going to pay her to do this because I'm too good to do this. She's like, what? It passes down to your whole team.
Yeah, because I think that's what it is. I just know if I hire someone, I'm like, bro, like I can't organize a lot of things. Like that's just not the way my brain thinks. I don't want to do that. If I have someone who organizes and that's their primary focus, it's
Yeah.
like, no, you need to be doing this. I don't. I like.
Yeah.
I will
Bless
not
you.
help us if we do that.
There's the movement is why when you read like Martell stuff, buy back your time, because I spent a whole week with him. What's interesting about Martell is he will buy himself out of time and then he'll buy himself back into the thing he just bought him out of, because he's following whatever makes him happy. So for a season, he'll go and he'll just like, hey, represents wealthy consultant. I do. I what?
You mentioned it.
Oh, dude, just read the book then.
I've already read it.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So, but Dan, here's the thing. You'll it's a transaction. You're paying for it. Buy back your time is I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
It's not entitlement. It's like I'm going to pay for this freedom. But what you got to watch is he will go through those seasons, and if something makes him happy, he's going to go do that.
Yeah.
And he's always open to changing it.
I like that.
And you're paying for it.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Helpful?
Very helpful.
You guys ready to keep going? Ready to do some exercises? Okay, so remember I told you that my subconscious had one goal. What was it? Safe. I wanted to stay safe. And because of that, the thing I was constantly noticing all of the time was what? Danger, things to be afraid of. So we have to be very careful about what our programs are. Because if you're valuing something, raise your hand if you've ever felt a way that you don't like to feel. Beautiful. You're creating that because you have a value somewhere that's causing the feeling. And if we don't reprogram the value, we will always feel that way. Does that make sense? Okay. So if we're taking notes, we can write conscious on the left and subconscious on the right. We're going to use the conscious to program the subconscious. So the story I'm telling you from earlier, my subconscious was programmed to stay safe, protect me. And that was coming from a conscious instruction because I was dealing with what I was dealing with. And I happened to sort of back in and reverse engineer into a new program, safe, protected, unafraid. So I switched my language from I need to program my subconscious to keep me safe to I need to program my subconscious to help me grow. And this changed what I paid attention to. Why? You're looking for opportunities. You're not looking for threats. If you look for opportunities, how many opportunities do you see? They're literally all over the place. If you're looking for threats, how many do you see? All over the place. So this is the first piece of like, okay, you get whatever you're looking for. So watch this. Pay attention to the things you're afraid of because you are attracting them. If you fear it, you're creating it. We have to be very careful of what we are afraid of. Am I telling you to use your fears? No, I'm telling you to get rid of them. See, 4 years ago, I couldn't do this. I was like, use your fear. Prioritize your fear. Rah! The hell does that mean? Like, if you're afraid of it, you're going to get it. And so my whole paradigm shifted because I was no longer programming myself to see threat. I was now programming myself to view opportunity. Next, underneath conscious on the left side, you can write the word deliberate. Why is your conscious deliberate? Because you're usually choosing to do something. Bless you. If you choose to get in your car and drive, it's deliberate. It's the realm of the conscious. Okay? Underneath the right-hand side, under subconscious, you have reactive. We're reacting with our subconscious. We're not choosing with our subconscious. So, honest, fam, We're like the real deal. Let's just talk it out, okay? Has anybody ever said something online they should not have said? Yeah. And not Kyrie, nah. You're just like, you're in a different level, dude. And then wished you could like unsay it later, or you just delete it. Okay. So this is usually the things that we do that we regret the most are reactive. There's a program running behind the scene in our subconscious, and we are triggered, reactive, and then we respond. And so we can waterfall down to remove those things. You know, the number one opposition you have in your life that really has control over you, it's not the government, it's not the laws, it's actually the people who make you feel a way that you do not want to feel. And so if they make you angry, they've controlled you. If they make you jealous, they've controlled you. Other people, energy sources, it's very difficult for me to come and plant something in you that you don't have. But if it's there, I'll amplify it. So we're amplifiers. And so keep in mind, nobody's making you feel mad. Okay? You're just mad. And I'm making you more mad. This is true control right here. Nobody's making you feel jealous. You just already felt that way, and I made it worse. I remember standing up and saying in a stage, some of you might have been there. I said, the people who make me feel competitive, I don't ever talk to them again. You remember that? Nobody can make me feel competitive. I was competitive. And so when people would amplify that, I had a problem with it. But the problem, if you roll this all the way down, you got to move into the middle of the desert with the tent. Because everyone's going to make you feel a certain way. So keep this in mind. The way you feel is coming from a value you have, not someone else. It's going to be a value you have. And until you get to the value, you're just a walking time bomb, and everyone around you can trigger you off. We don't want that. Underneath deliberate, we have designed. Ooh, this is a great word. It's one of my favorite words. Designed. We can design with the conscious, but with the subconscious, we have instinct. So when you get real good at this, you start training your instincts. How do you make split-second decisions that are the right decision? You train your instincts. You design consciously the things that, and an instinct is just a programmed reaction. So not all reactivity is bad reactivity as long as you're in control and in the seat of power over it. Here's the big one. Underneath the left-hand side, we have grow. These are the waterfall trickle-down effects of living in the conscious if we program it correctly. But when we get into the realm of the subconscious, if it's not designed correctly, the instinct is to protect. Is this a good or bad thing? Neither. It's both. It is just what it is. You know, we have an evolutionary program to protect our families. Is that a good thing? Yes. When that goes into protecting our egos, is that a good thing? No. It's the same lane. It's just one is put to a high use and one is put to a low use. And so I reframed the programming around what I wanted my subconscious to do. So here's how we do this. You can write underneath this. The big word is intention. If you want to really get traction, like really, really solid momentum, it's better for you to intend something than it is for you to want it. Attention. Intention. I-N-T. I-N-T-E-N-T-I-O-N. Intention. What does that mean, though? What does it mean to intend to do something? Purpose, direction is what I'm going to do. You can't really have any intention without goals. That's why it's important to have goals. But goals is just the very top layer. Intention will, over time, it will create your reality. Because if I have an intention to do something for a long enough amount of time, life responds to that as long as there is conviction around that. Here's the problem is in between intention and reality, we have a glitch. It would be too easy if we didn't. If all you had to do is intend something, I mean, we'd always be like cruising.